Do not be alarmed. That bumpy, wavy reaction, what you're seeing is bubbles under the membrane. Saw a couple people online worried about this. This is fine. This will go away. This is off-gassing, which is, part of the chemical reaction that hardens this stuff up, that sets it up. It gives off gases, and sometimes those gases go down as well as up. I guess that means anyhow, the gases will dissipate in time. They all have this. I was hoping I wouldn't see it, but I fully expected to. I'm going to get on with other caulking. See you around. Today's plan. I did want to get the lap sealant on as much of it as possible, as quickly as possible, because I am trying to get out of here in a couple of days. And that bubbling situation needs some time to die down. The dye cord needs some time to die down, to cure up. I should actually read the label and make sure I got enough time for it to cure. But assuming I can get out of here in a couple of days, I want to get all that lap sealant on as soon as possible. To do the lap sealant, which does need to go on this end cap trim here, looking at old videos, I think it just goes all the way there and then takes a 90 degrees and go blah 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 there. So a little bit of lap sealant gets into this situation right here, which is going to go over the top of what should be the caulk I'm going to put on the vertical trim pieces. So because of that, I'm going to do these vertical trim pieces first, at least the inner edge of all of those. I'm going to caulk them with some clear Lexol, and because I read that was good, cleans up well with window cleaner. That's the plan. Get the inside line of these trims caulked and cleaned up. See you in a bit. So I am halfway through applying the caulk to the vertical trim. Bit of talking on that. I went with this Lexol, which I saw in a few Reddit forum posts, and it is a synthetic rubber material which should stay flexible over time, even as it dries and cures. I think I did a bad job right there. This stuff, a tip on that is this Lexol cures pretty quick, or it gets pretty clumpy pretty quick. This is the second one I did, and it's a clear product, and I'm honestly not totally amazed with how well I cleaned that up. This is the first application. It's clear. It was a very thin bead that I took off when disassembling the camper. I don't like the look of that at all. I'm probably going to cut that out of the video. But anyhow, the tip is this stuff dries quickly. This is the first one I did. It got clumpy, and I'm not happy with that finish. The first one I did, I ran it wet down both sides and then came back with a glove wetted with clear glass cleaner, which the vendor recommends. And by the time I had run both strings of it, it was really clumpy and it was not smoothing out well. So on the second try, I did one side at a time and then smoothed that out. This is really dark, so you're not going to see that, but that went better. Second time, even on this outer edge, I would say it was clumpier than I wanted it to be, so I might just do like half a run, smooth it, then the other half a run. I wouldn't do more than, like I say, 10 feet or so at a time before you smooth it out. It's in the 70s and maybe like 60% humidity here right now, for what that's worth. Lexol, it reviews well, smooth it quickly. It doesn't give you a lot of time. So there you go. Okay, I'm done with the Lexol Caulk doing the vertical trim pieces that I've talked so much about. Tip here is start with the one way back there where you never go when you're walking around and you're never going to see. And do your last ones up front and maybe by the door. I did this one first, that one second, that one third, that one fourth. Almost definitely this is my cleanest job. You can see the caulk's in there. It comes out pretty clean. It's a little easier to make clean on this side because it's got a larger relief to it, larger bump to it. This is a much smaller relief. It's harder to get clean. I think it's not bad for a amateur caulk job. That's the one I did last. That's pretty good. That's the one I did first. That's not so great. It's gonna be watertight though. That's the plan at least. So that's where I'm at now. The light's not so great here right now, but I do want to point out that there's a discoloration between there and there on the end cap here. This has been out in the weather. This line here was the dye core, the original lap sealant that I peeled off on the deconstruction step. That line right there, if you can see it, was the tape. So this is a lot of caulk I'm putting down here, but I am trying to meet generally the average of this here. Again, I'm not positive if that was original or if the original was like that, and then year over year over year it spread out like that. But if it spread out year over year over year, this clear spot doesn't really show evidence of that. It's like a consistent, not discolored right here. There's not gradients of it. So I kind of think that's about the footprint of the original lap sealant. So that's why I'm using so crazy much. Whatever. Okay, carrying on. The light is getting low, but I am done for this work session, and I believe I have all the caulk and all the lap sealant done on all the trim and all the penetrations. I got some more of that Lexol caulk on top of the gutter there, and I have lap sealant from there across. Again, don't judge me if I'm using too much. I don't think there's too much as a thing. I actually might put a little more right there. But anyhow, for the most part, I'll go back with that fresh caulk that I have right there. For the most part, I think I got the self-leveling lap sealant everywhere it needs to be. All that's left is get the air conditioner up here, and the awning I can do at home. But that's the hang the fabric on there, which is quite heavy. This bubbling situation, again, is normal. I saw a video where the lady said it went away after a couple of weeks in the sun. I just don't want fresh, soft lap sealant to be a problem when I get out of here in 48 hours. This stuff needs at least 48 hours to somewhat cure. I forget what it says here, and I'm not going to be able to read the instructions. 48 hours to some level of doneness, 30 days to full cure, and it's going to be puffy for a while. So I want this to get as hard as it can before I get out of here within 48 hours. Good progress though.